Morning, grade 2s. Today our maths lesson is on number patterns. We have been working on number patterns all week, and we've learned counting in 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 10s, and today we're going to revise those and see how we can continue the pattern or find out what pattern is being counted in just by looking at the numbers we are given. So go ahead and open Maths Book 6 to the next page that we're going to do. You'll see it on the next page. Alright, here you can see the first page. It says count in various multiples to complete the number pattern. The first pattern says count forward in 2s from 2 to 64. You have the counting in 2s charts in your files, in your bag, so you can use that to help you count in 2s if you can't remember. Then you've got count forward in 3s from 3 to 48. You also have a counting in 3s chart to help you with that. Count in 4s from 4 to 64. You've also got that counting in 4s chart to help you. And count in 5s from 5 to 120. I've given you the 5s chart as well on your bag. What you haven't seen before is question E, count forward in 25s from 25 to 200. This is actually more of a grade 3 question, so let me help you a bit with this one. First we say 25, because we're counting in 25, that is our first number. Then 25 more is 50, 25, 50. We keep adding 25, we get 75. 25, 50, 75, and 25 more than that is 100. 25, 50, 75, 100. 125, 150, 175, 200. That is what you need to know for counting in 25s. Can you see that the 25 and the 125 are yellow, the 50 and the 150 are green, the 75 and 175 are blue, and 100 and 200 are brown? That is because the numbers do repeat, 25, 50, 75, and then the 100. 25, 50, 75, and the 100. Alright, do you see the pattern? Right, the next pattern which has appeared there is counting in 50s, which is our last question on the page. Count forward in 50s from 50 to 400. So if we're counting in 50s, our first number is 50, then 50 more is 100. See if you can see the pattern. 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400. Sorry, it's hiding behind my face there. Alright, let's count it. 50, 100, 150, 200, 250, 300, 350, 400. Alright. There we can see the hundreds are blue and the 50s are orange. See if you can figure out how to write that out. Look at the pattern, practice it, and write it on your page. Next page. Alright, here's the next page. We have number lines, and on the number lines you can see numbers with missing numbers as well. And it's not telling you what it's counting in, so you need to look at the clues that are given to you. The best clues is to find two numbers that are next to each other. So in the first number line, there are a set of numbers that are next to each other, 165 and 175. And then you can figure out the rule for the pattern. What is the rule for this pattern? How much more is 175 from 165? Did I add or did I subtract? Well, if it's more, that means I added. How much more? If the tens number has changed, but the ones number is the same, and the ones number is 5 and 5 in both of them, the tens number is 6 here and 7 there, so it's up by 110. That means I'm counting in tens. And if I look at this clue, 205, 215, again, the ones number is the same, it's 5, and the tens number has grown by 1, so that means I'm counting in tens. And I'm going forwards. Okay, the next pattern is 164 and 166 together. So I can figure out my rule by looking at those two. Is the ones number the same? No, the ones number is 4, and here it is 6. Is the tens number the same? Here it is 6, and here it is 6. Yes, the tens number has not changed. The ones number is the one that's changed. How much did it go up by? It went from 4 to 6, so that means I added 2. 164, 166, I added 2, which means my pattern is counting in 2s. And it's going forward because they are getting bigger. Alright, the next pattern shows me some numbers at the beginning that I don't know, but here I've got 3 numbers after each other, so I can find the rule. 143, 142, 141. That's normal counting. The ones number has only gotten smaller by 1. The tens numbers are the same, so I'm counting in ones. Am I going forwards or backwards? I'm getting smaller, so I'm counting backwards to the left. Right, the next pattern, I have 25 and then 75, and here I have 2 numbers next to each other, so that'll help me figure out my rule. 125, 150. What is different? The ones number, yes, it's 5, and there it's 0. The ones number changes. The tens number, yes, it has changed. The hundreds is the same, so that means the tens and the ones both change. How much did it grow by if this number is bigger than that number? It grew by 25, because 25 add 25 gives me 50, which means I'm counting in 25s, which was the pattern we learned on the previous page, and it's going forwards. Right, the next pattern, I need to look at the rule here. 39, 36. Is the ones pattern different? Yes, the ones number has gone smaller, 9, and here it's a 6. Is the tens number different? No, the tens number has stayed the same. So I say, how much smaller is 6 than 9? It is 3 smaller. 9 minus 6 is 3. So we're counting in 3s, and we're going backwards because the numbers are getting smaller. Alright, if we look at this pattern, 28, 32, 36, and 44 and 56, you can see that if we look at the numbers that are next to each other, we can figure out the pattern. Here it is getting bigger, so I have to see how much more is 28 than 32. The tens number has changed and the ones number has changed, and here the ones number has only changed. How much more is 36 than 32? It is 4 more, so we are counting in 4s. And the numbers get bigger as we go along. Now there is a mistake on this number line. Let's see if I can show you. Over here next to 44, here, the number is not necessary. That whole line can be taken out. Okay, because it goes 36, 40, and then 44 is already there, so we don't need this one. Right, the next pattern I've accidentally allowed 2 to come along, so let's just have a look. We're counting forwards in 2s, and we can see 29 to 31 is 2 more, so we're counting in 2s in the last pattern. Alright, you can go ahead and fill in the missing numbers there, and I will see you on Tuesday for school.